Rolling. Videotex as a company has always been known for innovation and its design and quality. Hi, I'm Arjun Bajaj, Director of Videotex, a leading smart TV ODM in India. So Videotex has been in this industry for 40 years now. So we're going to be completing our 40th year this year. And the journey has been no less than amazing and challenging. So we have always been an ODM in the TV industry, and we started off in 1984 with the black and white TVs. So we have evolved with the technology. So right from the black and white, the shutter TVs to the color TVs, then LCDs, then plasmas and 4Ks, LED TVs. Then we moved on to like full HD, 4K TVs, and now we moved into the era of smart TVs, where in the last 5 years we've seen a significant growth in smart TVs, right from the sizes as well as the operating systems. And now we're entering into an era where we're working on newer technologies which are much more advanced. Videotex as a company has always been known for innovation and its design and quality. So even our tagline, it says Videotex, innovation in design and style. So ever since the company was started, the main focus was always innovation. So our company has been able to come so far and grow is because we were always innovating and we were looking at the future rather than just seeing what's happening at the present. So our working style is mostly that if you're sitting here today, we would be thinking what's happening in the next 2 years. So our team's already working on that. And so our major strength has always been our R&D, where from the day we started, we always gave research and development a very, very critical role in our company. So we have R&D center here in India as well as in China. So we have it since 2008 with a complete team of Chinese engineers with us. And so our focus has always been on innovating products because we are the technology providers to the brands. And if we are not able to provide them the technology, what are they going to sell, right? Because when you say a supply chain, one is supply chain for the material, one is also the product that we are selling. So it also has our name attached and our legacy attached to it. So ever since that, the reason we have been able to evolve with technology is because we moved with time, we moved with technology, and our products have been appreciated. We have always invested a lot in manufacturing, improving our process, adding up new production lines when the capacity has to be increased, and as well as have the right equipments, right team. So team also plays a very critical role here in the development, in the manufacturing. And we never compromised on quality. So I think innovation and quality go hand in hand. Whereas we have seen many companies, come and go out in this industry. So it's not required for you to have a very huge capital just to put up a production line. But yes, when you're doing backward integration, you need to do a lot of investment, where we have been successful and we are continuously doing that. And so that is one, that's how you keep your cost in place. Then having the right equipments, that make sure that the quality is right. Having the right processes also ensures that your quality is right. And at the same time, having the right set of suppliers. So in India, there's a thing that everyone's running after the cost, but at the same time you can't compromise on the quality, which is why a lot of companies failed in India. See, if I talk about Make in India, that's been quite a talk of the town since I think last 5 years or so. But if we look at our journey, we have been doing this ever since 4 decades now. But there is still a long way to go, right? So India, when we say manufacturing, we are doing a lot of assembly also here, which is critical assembly. It's not so easy that you can just bring and start assembling it. It requires a lot of investment, a lot of skills, a lot of equipments, a lot of research and team, people, everything. So, but we are still heavily reliant on other countries, especially China, for components. Of lately, we've seen that now India's vision has changed to becoming the global manufacturing hub, right? So in order to become the global manufacturing hub, we need to have the right set of component industry here, or display fabs, where some big companies are working on it. It's taking time, but I think we are on the right journey, the right path. And in order to become the global manufacturing hub, we need to have these resources and some positive government policies to ensure we have the right technology partners here, because all of these things require skills which we have to get, and of course we need India presence there. So all of these combined together can ensure that India is going to be the next manufacturing hub. But regardless to say, ever since this campaign became big, everyone's received a lot of recognition, and Indian brands have gained that that trust and that again in the market, which they were losing earlier. But I think for a company, like, just to add on to it, for a company to be successful, they need to have the right set of partner, manufacturing partner and a product development partner. Because I think at the end of the day, a brand's job is to able to sell and market well a product, but they need at the back end a company that has strong R&D, strong experience, and a strong manufacturing setup, because without that it's not possible for to sustain for a long time. Talking about these cost-effective TVs, these budget TVs, so when Smart TV came in place, it were launched. They were launched by the top 3, right, in India, and at that time even they were at a very initial infant stage where a lot of features were not available, but then obviously it was a status symbol that okay, someone has a smart TV, right? And then when LED came into place, earlier a non-smart TV was very popular. Then you would see, okay, set-top box became very popular. But then when smart TVs came into place, they were also developed and they were also very, like, up until 2017, we didn't have any good operating systems, because there were companies who were trying very hard to make good operating systems who can give you, like say some apps in that. And I think at that time even OTT was not a very big thing, and they were also just understanding how they can reach out to people in that manner, where everyone thought that okay, now smartphones are becoming popular, so the people, the viewer watching is going to be on phones only. But COVID changed that scenario. I'll come back to that. When immense competition, when there were no barriers to entry in this industry and e-commerce was happening, a lot of brands entered, and that's also when a lot of Chinese companies also entered, right? And they come here to disrupt. Their criteria is very clear: sell a good product at a lower price. Even if the product is not so good, looking at the lower price, seeing their huge advertisements everywhere, people tend to have that trust, okay, that the company looks big, why not buy it? At that time there were no such thing, like people were welcoming all of these new gadgets. So I think if I remember rightly, smartphones were when they started selling at flagships, right, and flash sales. That's how e-commerce came into picture, when Flipkart started doing that. And that's how brands became big, smartphone brands became big. Then those smartphone brands entered the TV industry. They well understood this market, right? They're obviously Chinese players, they have their resources. They came into the picture, disrupted the price. Definitely when LCD came into place, it was expensive, people could not afford it. That's when LED came into place, so that it could be a little more cost effective. But even today, if I tell you, in the last 3 years, it has been quite challenging, because the prices are just going like this, coming like this, going up like that. It's very challenging for brands also to have the right price. Say if they want to compete with the top 3, they can't sell at the price similar to that, or 1 or 2,000 below than that. Because right now also, if you see, major contribution up to 60% is still of a 32-inch TV. Sizes that have gained popularity are 43 and 55 inches now, and I think even this year and the next year is the size of 55 inches, we believe. But again, competition is such that everyone is just running around prices. When COVID happened, people realized that no, having a screen in probably every room or in the living room is a must, because you don't know what's going to happen when. So that's how smart TV sales started picking up, and OTT came into picture. So before that, our operating systems were not that great, frankly speaking. Definitely with Google TV, it changed the overall operating system scenario, where a lot of content was available. But post 2021, a lot of content just started coming on the OTT channels, right? And people started, some were subscribing to it, and they were all not very expensive. They were, some was giving an offer of $4.99, one was giving an offer, subsidized rate of $99 a year. So like this, so people started, paying for that, and they could get everything. So you're watching a show on your phone, you could resume it right on the TV later on. and you're getting it on a bigger screen, you're stuck in the house, so everything, so all these things started adding up, plus the prices started to come down, right? Everyone who was stuck with their stocks, they tried to clear it. And when they saw that, okay, there's a rise in smart TVs, everyone started to jump in. They wanted to arrange material, they wanted to fix their supply chain so that they could supply. New brands started coming into the picture, old brands became more aggressive. No one was looking after what's happening, they were just focused on sales. Platforms, marketplaces like the online players, they became very aggressive, that they want to have this much market share, that much market share. So all of these factors really all of them combined together increase the smart TV platform. And the overall TV market has not increased in the last couple of years. We are still somewhere at 17-18 million even before this, but now a transition has happened towards smart TVs. But in the next years, definitely the overall smart TV market is gonna double in the next I think 7 to 8 years. That's what the projection says, or double, or maybe even 2.5 times that. Right now we are focused a lot on 4K. Since our company has been playing a very active role in QLED TVs, so a lot of TVs that you would see in the markets, QLED, we introduced QLED TVs in 2022 to the brands, and now QLED has become a major thing in the market. And even this Diwali, that would be the major focus by the brands, selling their QLED TVs. So we were the first ones to develop QLED TVs and WebOS TVs in 2022, and the only ones to have a 32 inches TV also in a QLED TV. So we had a complete range which we launched from 32 to 75 inches, and we passed it on to the brands. And now they are really happy with their sales and the performance in the market. And this year is going to be a year of QLED, we feel. So looking at all these things, and now future is going to be all about having the right set of 4K TVs with mini LED TVs or the OLED TVs. That's going to be a major thing, because right now only the major brands, the top brands are focusing on, because it's an expensive technology. But in the next 1 or 2 years, you'll see that many brands are going to come up with those technologies as well. With Google TV and coming in place, we realized that there is a space for another OS, and that's when I think LG took the right step for opening up their WebOS Hub operating system. So they did a survey, and then that's how we came into the picture in 2020. We developed the solution with them, and then we introduced it to the brands. The first year was just an introductory phase, because of course for people, WebOS was they had heard of it but not used it, right? Because that was just limited to LG at that time. So now with WebOS coming out in other brands, it needed some time for people to to see the performance, to see what's new in that, and how is it different from what LG is giving. And in these 3 years, we have onboarded more than 15 brands, and everyone is really happy with the performance. We are working strongly on bringing out newer technologies. We would be announcing them very soon. We are also investing in another plant. The plant will be functional from this month. We'll be coming up with the announcement. We are putting up another production line, increasing our capacity. In the phase 1, our current capacity is about 1.2 million. In phase 1, our capacity would cross 2 million this year. And we are also investing heavily on backward integration again. So that is from the manufacturing end. And in terms of our portfolio, we are adding approximately 10 to 15 new models of TVs this year. And so the next 2 years is about technology. A major shift from one is from the sizes. So we are focusing a lot on 43 and 55 inch sizes, but also focusing a lot on newer technology. So like I mentioned, QLED is going to be a major focus this year, and next year new technologies that would be coming. See, if you're interested in one TV, you should always see what's the performance of it next to that. Of course, you'll see that there are price gaps. Why is there a price gap, right? One brand could be charging for their own brand value, but the other brand could be providing you some great features and a good picture performance at the same time. So that's why you would have to, do a little bit of research, maybe see online what's there about it, what people have written about it. If you trust the particular retail chain, definitely go for it. But don't neglect the picture, the performance of the TV. That is one very important aspect. And coming to the sound, we definitely see a TV can only give out a sound experience of a certain level. We can definitely add on a lot of technologies to that, but then again there is a limitation to that. Having a good soundbar is recommended when you're using a TV. Now that could be from a reputed brand or a lot of new value for money brands that are there. They have good performance. You can definitely experience that. Having a certified platform is very important now. Be it WebOS, be it Google, customer has to see what he's willing to spend on. The performance, the picture definitely would also differ, but what they're looking for exactly. So that I think those sort of things have to be looked at, what they're interested in, whether their phone is supported with that or not. Since a lot of features are coming up, so upgrading with the right technology at the right time is also required, because now TVs are not just stand still that okay 10 years you're not changing, but you should move on with the technology. Like people change their smartphones, so they should also update their smart TVs, because they're not so expensive as they used to be earlier. If you can spend 40, 50, 60k on your smartphones every year, you can spend less money on that and upgrade your TV every 3 to 4 years.